Yes, indeed. It's the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, June the 25th. I'm James Spann, back to the old two-a-day schedule here, and wish I could promise some cool, wet weather, but not happening around here, despite a tropical storm nearby. We'll check some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. We'll start from Tuscaloosa, sunny and hot. Temperatures nearing triple digits. As I'm doing this update, they're reporting 99. That's hot enough. Go down south, that's the Troy Skycam on the campus of Troy University overlooking the football field there. Got a few clouds. And down south, that's our Gulf Shore Skycam. Of course, the surf is pretty rough, but the good news, the tropical storm warning has been canceled for the Alabama coast with Debbie drifting slowly eastward. All right, got the battle of the two weather features. The big nasty is that upper high right over the nation's heartland. Ooh, it's hot and just blistering through there. Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, but nice cool troughs on either side over the west coast and up in the northeast. Really nice and refreshing up in the northeast. And, of course, down to the south we have Debbie, the tropical storm we'll talk about in just a minute. Let's talk about the heat first. Again, those are at 2 o'clock, 100 for Muscle Shoals and Huntsville. But at least the humidity's low. Both those cities reporting humidity values at about 25%. Tuscaloosa sitting at 99. Only 93 at Anniston. And, of course, you know, those hotter temperatures are up there closer to the center of the upper high. And around the nation, you can see how the heat really peaks over Arkansas and points west. Hey, Little Rock today, 105. Hottest June temperature on record. Ouch. But look at the cool air in the northeast. They're sitting in the low 60s up there. Doesn't that sound good? And very cool up in the northwest as well. It's a classic Omega block type setup around the nation. All right, tropical fans, there's a look at Debbie. System a little weaker this afternoon. Sustained winds at 45 miles an hour. Not doing very well. Drier air has clearly worked in the circulation. Drifting northeast at about 5. Here's the center of the circulation, south of Apalachicola. You see some big rains up in there to the northeast of the surface low. In fact, this is a look at the NexRad rain total estimates, and that's about 15 inches in a few spots there between Apalachicola and Tallahassee. That is some nasty, nasty flooding going on there. The rains have been much lighter in Panama City. Thank goodness for all the folks that are there. Down to the south, that's a big tornado watch over much of the Florida Peninsula, and that includes Orlando, Daytona Beach, Tampa Bay. I've not seen any tornadoes out of there today, even though there are some spiral bands that are active. The forecast track from the models, much better agreement, finally. You only got one, the BAM shallow. In the BAM middle, they want to take it west, but most all of the guidance takes it east and then northeast, but it's going to be a slow ride on the journey. And there's the intensity guidance, and you can see almost every model slowly brings the intensity down. In fact, many of the models weaken this thing to a tropical depression in about 72 hours. So this will not be a hurricane. Main effects will be potential for a few isolated tornadoes, some heavy rain in spots like today. The wind will not be an issue. And there's the official track from the Hurricane Center. They've got that thing drifting slowly northeast and then east across North Florida over the weekend or late Friday. The position early Saturday morning is near Daytona Beach as a tropical depression. And like we've talked about, with this kind of thing, it doesn't make a lot of sense to focus on those dots because most of the weather will be well to the north and northeast and east of that center line there. And just for the fun of it, the rest of the tropics are pretty quiet. Out in the deep tropics, not much is happening. So once we get Debbie off the board, things will likely be quiet for a while. Convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. Got the standard slight risk over much of the Florida Peninsula up into South Georgia, and also from North Carolina on north to near Cape Cod. Had a tornado signature pretty close to Richmond, Virginia today. Heard of some tree and line damage there. And tomorrow, just a couple of 5% areas, one over Florida and one up on the Canadian border. Now, rain for the next 5 days. This is more like it. I thought the map this morning was not quite correct, and I think this is. They've got the bullseye about Cedar Key, Florida, with 17 inches, and this is valid through Saturday morning. And the really big numbers coming through North Florida. In Alabama, there could be a little bit down around Dothan, but if you're looking for rain from Debbie up this way, forget about it. We're expecting basically nothing of any significance here for the next 5 days. We'll check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Nasty heat. over the heartland. Nice upper low over New England and a trough over the northwest. And down below that, Debbie just going nowhere, just hanging around. And our weather tomorrow should be not as hot. You can see that high nosing in from the north. Heat levels are expected to drop a little bit with low 90s and dew points drop in the 50s. And Wednesday in the morning, we could see some low 50s, some upper 50s in spots around here. That'll feel good. And then the high should be in the low 90s on Wednesday. So that's about where we should be. But the heat comes right back on Thursday. The thickness values are going up. The GFS showing 96 on Thursday, and Friday the GFS is showing 99. And Debbie going nowhere. Look at that thing. It's just sitting around down there around Apalachicola. There's just nothing to push it along. It's stuck in between weather systems. But again, we're on the dry side. It's not going to help us. Saturday, as we start the weekend, the westerlies are up north. Got ridging here down below that. Debbie around Lake City, Florida. We're just hot and dry. The GFS showing a high Saturday near 100. And the same thing on Sunday. Just hot and dry. In fact, look at the European. This is the 500 millibar Heights. 591 circle is right on top of us. This is valid Sunday evening at 7 o'clock local time. Hey, if that's right, we could see 100 Saturday and Sunday. That's just ugly looking. And, of course, that also squelches any hope of getting a cooling shower. So really hot for the weekend as we get set to kick off the month of July on Sunday. And it's supposed to be hot around here in July. Monday of next week, no change. Debbie, little east of Myrtle Beach, and moving away from us. We'll check the end of the forecast on July 11th. Kind of a weakness in the ridge, at least around here, and that would suggest pretty typical hot and muggy weather with at least a chance of scattered showers if this is right, and that would suggest temperatures near average. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And don't forget to watch us on ABC 3340 News on the live stream or the TV side at 4, 5, and 6 and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.